Good evening. Ira Epstein with your SPDR ETF stock market wrap-up, and this is your weekend edition for this Sunday, the 6th of July, 2025. Well, I certainly hope you all had a great holiday. My heart goes out to the people in Texas. Unbelievable the amount of damage that storm did and the loss of life, so my heart's with you. Certainly never expect things like that. There's no new economic data due out tomorrow, so that's to the sidelines. You'll get some earnings reports, of course, because we're in that season, but that's where you're at this point. Now, the event that's taking place are the tariffs. So what we'll be looking for is the letters that go out. Are there more deals that are going to be announced? If you were watching different people on the news over the weekend, you weren't getting any clues as to where they're at, other than the president sending out somewhere between 10 and 12 letters tomorrow. We don't know what's in them. We don't know who they're to. And we don't know the size of the tariffs that he's talking. So we're pretty much in the blind, but you know how this works. Once they're out, we'll find out what it is. But I think we have guardrails that are put up. You know, nobody's going under 10%. And the question is anybody going up to 45, 50%? I can't answer that. But I think those are the guardrails that you're dealing with. And obviously those that are close to a deal, well, how do you nudge them over the line? And the president's great at negotiating that. He will not let up the pressure. So you know that's going to happen. This means you have to come in and get that memorandum of understanding. Who knows when this will all get settled? But what will happen is he's going to gather in more money now from those that he doesn't have deals with, and that's going to start literally, August 1st, something like that. So it's coming very, very quickly. All right. If we look at Starbucks, might as well finish up with Starbucks tonight, and the reason it was a 4-day week. As you can see, the market's starting to lift itself up. Higher lows, higher highs. The market has a new CEO. They have new policies. They're trying to speed up service. They're trying to get rid of non-performance, maybe get rid of all the Chinese deals that they have and just walk away. Well, sell it, but basically walking away from it. So we will see what goes on there. When you look at moving averages, you're right in them. So the moving average for the week, you got the 18-week average in red. In the green, you have the 100-week, and in the gray, the 200-week. You're right into those averages, and that's why I started covering this. I thought the market gets interesting here, and it might make a run, if it can get anything going, to wherever the Bollinger Band is. Now, this Bollinger Band number is right now, if you look at it, 103, watch here. Day before is 109.27. Day before that, 112. So it dropped $3 here. It dropped $6 as it came running in. It's probably going to drop another $4 or $5. So it's probably going to get into the 98 zone, is my guess, 99 zone. I'm giving a guess on that. And the only thing that can turn this market down, in my opinion, if it's really going to destroy all this work that it's done, and it could, is getting back under 90.31. The market's worked hard. It's trying its best to stay and accelerate from the 18-week average of closes. We'll see if it can do it. In terms of momentum, you're not yet what? You're not embedded, but you are overbought. Would I tell a client to deploy new money in an overbought market? Absolutely not. One other thing that just came to my mind. 4th of July. You know, I keep telling you what I would tell my clients. Well, I do it here in my courses. So 40% off any of my courses. This sale goes right into Tuesday, and that's the end of it. And that was the goal from day one. We had a date of July 8th where it ends. Take advantage. Just go to iraepstein.com. You can sign up for any of these research. And in them, you get my morning video where I teach you and go through the charts a whole different way. This is where we track a record of the trades that are open. Did they win? Did they lose? How long? They are long-term trades. They are shorter-term trades. The shortest of them are the ones I'm wrong. The longest of them are the ones that I will tell you. I will tell you, you've got to own this for your portfolio. And I'll give you the reasons why, show you what I'm saying, and you go with it from there, all right? And we see what they do. The moment you get on the market's money for a reasonable amount, I don't believe in giving money back if you can avoid it. So you're trying to get onto their money and ride it. I think in December of 23 is when I put the clients into NVIDIA. They are still in it. You take a look, that market, their effective price after a 10-for-1 split's about $45. Not every trade works out that great, but Boeing's another one. We started that one maybe 6 months ago, 8 months ago. You heard me talking about it. Okay, but in any case, these have different prices. I always recommend the combo. And the reason I like it is you get the combination of the futures that so many, and I mean so many of the ETFs are based on. You get and in the futures, you know, the Dow, the NASDAQ, the Russell, everything's right there for you, the S&P, and they're based on that. Then my charting courses really teach you what things are about. This is where you get your real education, because I'm just going to talk as though I think you've already taken the course or you understand the vernacular of Bollinger Bands, moving averages. If you don't, this is perfect. And when you buy these, the course doesn't start till you tell us to activate them. Got that? Again, you can see everything up here. All right. Now, Restoration Hardware hasn't lifted itself out yet. So we're going to find out if these tariffs help them, hurt them, what are they going to do? This has all been sideways action to get back to the 18-week moving average. You get all out bearish again if you get under 178.80. To get bullish, you've got to take out 221.88. And that'll carry you to wherever the Bollinger Band's going, and that's the other way to look at that. In Netflix, the market peaked out this past week at 1341. It got back down to, 1271 on the break. The question is, does it try to make a run under the 1280 level? The market is still embedded. I think the pros are buying this break. So we'll see how the market acts at the early part of the week. Eli Lilly. I think the market can throw out a buy signal if it can get over 802.50 and close at that number or higher. That would be my signal that the market's going to try to keep to the upside. If it gets underneath 755.56, I think it has to completely restructure itself at this point. In Home Depot, you went up to the upper Bollinger Band. Momentum's up. I would not go chasing this market. Generally, the first challenge of a Bollinger Band, which is the black dashed line, is an algorithm designed to keep the market within it 95% of the time. Why do you want to be a hero and you're going to be in that 5% where it stays over it? I would not do that. In Uber, you can see each time you've hit the band, you've got thrown back. Now the question is, can it embed? If it can embed with these two numbers staying over 80 for several weeks, then you get even more bullish on the market. It's not there. It's an overbought territory. DoorDash, now you've got your embedded reading. And inevitably, it's not every time, but often, when you get a market that latches onto this upper Bollinger Band the way this does, it forces the market to embed. And then I tell clients, look for the first good break in the market, see if that offers a buying opportunity, see if the market will hold. Now, I do trade off weekly charts in the Spiders ETF and stock market. I really don't do that in the futures. The risk is too big in the futures with all the leverage that they do. That is not the case for these. You know, you decide your own leverage play, but this is one that's on my hit list right now. In XLI, fully embedded reading. So the industrial sector is getting cyclic action. It's getting that right now. We're traders that have been running the tech, and they've done very well doing that. Now they're looking, what can I buy? Can I buy luxury apparel? Can I buy the dining? We've seen that that's taken off in a number of the companies. Industrial, yeah, will that take off here? So you've got to watch these things. Again, it's embedded on a reasonable pullback. I'd be looking at that. I think you stay away from the energy sector. Now, over the weekend, what happened? OPEC is going to come out now, and they're going to produce in August about 515 or 18,000 barrels. So they went up in the production number. The Saudis raised the price of oil to its Asian clients. Now, it's saying the demand is there, and it's good for that. I don't know if that's true. The futures look to me like they're dropping back tonight, and it wouldn't surprise me if they do, given you're going to have more oil on the market. In the dollar, the bear trend continues. Does it get worse? That is going to be the key question. We need to know a little bit more about the tariffs, but I remain, as you know, in the bear camp here. And in the gold market, we'll take a look here. The market acts like a market that's run out of steam temporarily. All the metals except copper were higher when I was looking at them about 10 minutes ago. In the copper, I'm looking for a pullback. You hit the Bollinger Band. It's the first time. When you did it back here, people didn't believe me on that. That's where I think the pros take money off the table. Are we embedded? So you needed 3 weeks in a row where the numbers were over 80. And remember, my slow stochastic numbers will not match up with yours. I changed the formula. It's available to all who buy a subscription from me, and then I just send it to you, and you can go in and make the changes. But if we come back here, let's get to Friday. You can see there, let me get this all the way where we want it. Here's July 3rd. Let's go back. Here we come. Both numbers were over 80, both over 80 on the 27th, and both over 80 that week. So that tells me that you have the embedded reading, and on the break, the pros are probably buying this market. I don't see any difference here. I see that the market's actually pretty strong, and I think it'll hold together with that. We'll see if I'm right. But in any case, 4th of July sale, be sure you go up there, iraepstein.com, either under the word research or under the word courses. Couldn't be simpler, and you don't need a code. The price is there, and the price will go away Tuesday. I'm Ira. You have yourself a great evening. Thanks for watching.